Hi guys, my name is Amit and welcome back to my channel PyUp Technologies. So today we'll discuss about practical implementation of univariate, bivariate and multivariate analysis. If you're not familiar with these terms, I will recommend you to go to my previous video. The link is shared in the description box. You can go ahead and see the previous video. So I'm using Iris dataset that is very famous and it's globally available, and you can go ahead and download it from internet, right? So I've already downloaded and stored inside my data folder. So I'm going to use three libraries: pandas for reading the dataset, matplotlib and seaborn for plotting the graph, right? So let's start. Yeah, so these all three libraries has been imported. Then I'm going to read the data frame, the data using pd.read underscore csv. Yeah, let's see the info. So we have a total 150 entries and total five features uh, and one class level variable. Basically it's a species. So basically based on sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width, this data set is trying to predict the type of iris species, right? So here id is not much important parameter for predicting the type of the species, so we can delete this id part. So let's delete it. I have done this, and let's see the unique values inside the species. So we can see we had Aris setosa, Aris versicolor, Aris virginica, right? So let's see the description. df underscore iris dot describe. Yeah, so total count is 150. uh, there are total 4 features: sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. Count is 150 for every feature. Mean is 5.84 for sepal length, 3.05 for sepal width, 3.75 for petal length and 1.19 for petal width. Standard deviation is 0.82 for sepal length, 0.43 for width, 1.76, that's higher among these all features, for petal length, and 0.76 for petal width, right? So basically this parameters is measured in centimeters, right? So minimum is 4.30 for sepal length, uh, and 25% is 5.10. So it means 25% of the data is below 5.10. This is the lower bound, right? And 5.80 is the, we can say it's the mean, a median, right? It's a middle point, not mean, but it's a median. It's a middle point. It means 50% of the data below 5.80. 75% means 6.4, I mean 75% of the data are below 6.4 centimeter, right? And maximum value we have the 7.90, and so on for every features. So guys, I have written three functions. One is univariate, second one is bivariate, and third one is multivariate. So univariate just written some graph for uh, doing analysis on single feature. Bivariate for, it will also, I mean again it will return some graph that will we will do analysis on two features. In multivariate we will do analysis on multiple features, right? Again I will just recommend you to go to my previous video and see the concept of multivariate, univariate, bivariate analysis, right? So see, so I have used here plt.subplot and I have passed n rows is equal to 1, n columns is equal to 3, and figure size is 20 cross 8. It means subplot is basically, it's the subset of the plot, we can say, in which we have 1 row and 3 columns. So in 3 columns we will just plot 3 figures, right, and the figure size is 20 cross 8. We are using 3 plots. One is a scatter plot, second one is distribution plot, and third one is box plot. Guys, don't worry about this Python code. I will just share the link of this Python code inside the description box. You can get it easily. Don't worry about this code. So for this scatter plot, we have used c1.scatterplot. So we have the scatterplot function where we pass the columns of x-axis and y-axis, then where we have to plot it. So on axis 0, where axis 0 is the first column of this subplot. So you can see that here I have stored the subplot information is axis x and figure information is fiz variable, right? So again here, yeah, who is equal to target. So who is basically our target variable, right? So in our case the target variable is species, right, and data is equal to df. Df is basically the data frame, right? Again for in second axis we can see here 0 1 distribution plot, right? So again we are using dist plot for plotting the distribution chart, and again in third columns we are plotting box plot. Again we are using box plot for plotting the box plot in third column of the subplot, right? Let's run this or compile this function. Okay, the function is compiled. Now let's call the function. So df iris is our data set. Here data frame have to pass, so we are passing df underscore iris. So this df iris is basically the data frame we have created on iris data set, right? Petal length, so we are going to do analysis on petal length, right? So because it's univariate analysis and we are doing analysis on single feature. Species is our target variable, as I already explained you. Let's run this function. Okay, yeah, you can see here there are one subplot. In one subplot there is 1 row and 3 columns. So every columns indicating the separate plot, right? So in first subplot we have plotted the scatter plot. In second we have plotted distribution plot, and in third we have plotted box plot, right? So here we can see the petal length variable. So blue line indicates, sorry, blue color indicates the iris setosa. It's close to red or maroon color, we can say. I'm not aware of this color seriously, so I'm so sorry. So but let's say that it's red color, right? So it's red color indicates iris dot versicolor and green color indicates iris virginica, right? So here we can see that iris setosa is completely separated from other type of species, right? Here we can see that some overlap between them. So yes, we can say that it's not good to run the linear regression, I think, but yeah, we can run because we have the separated part, right? So maybe we can use logistic regression instead of linear regression, and we can do classify these iris spaces, right? So in next block, next plot, it's a distribution plot. Here we can see the blue part is separated. Basically this all 3 plots are indicating the same things, only the changes the way of describing the data, right? In first plot we are describing using scatter, in second we are using distribution, third we are using box plot. So yes, here we can see that blue colors means Aries setosa is very separated from other these two, versicolor and versica, right? So there's a little bit uh, overlap between versicolor and versinica, right? Here the box plot, see. So box plot, let's explain first of all what is box plot, how we read the data using the box plot. So basically this let's discuss about this blue is for Aries setosa. So this is the minimum value, right? So minimum value of petal length for Aries setosa class is around 4.3, we can say, and the maximum value is around 5.8. This is the median value, and this is the total 50% of the data spread between around 5.0 centimeters, right? The same things for this Aries versicolor, and the same thing is for Aries versinica. So Aries versinica, the middle point is, it means the median is around 6.5, and the maximum value is around 7.8, and the minimum value is around 5 around 5.6 or 7, we can say, right? So let's see, so this is the analysis for petal length only. Let's see the petal width, what the petal width says. Yeah, so again in petal width we have separated uh, Aries setosa, we have even separated the Aries versicolor and separated Aries versinica, right? And there's uh, very low overlapped mapping. Let's see about the sepal length. So yeah, you can see lots of overlapped over here. This Aries versicolor is overlapped with both Aries setosa and Aries versinica. So why am I using this kinds of the analysis? So guys, basically again let me repeat the lecture of previous video. Basically in univariate analysis we are trying to uh, do analysis on single feature, right? So based on the single feature we are trying to predict the class level data. In this example, based on the sepal length we are trying to predict the species. So we are just observing whether is it possible that based on the only sepal length can we predict the species of the iris. So how we will analyze using this very simple graphs, right? So in petal length we have seen that the data are very separated, but in case of the sepal length data are not separated, data are overlapped. So obviously we can't go ahead with the linear regression or some logistic regression as well. We can use some non-linear classifier like SVM, random forest, uh, etc., KNN kinds of things, right? So basically we are trying to find the pattern in this data. We are trying to see how the data is spread on XY plane. That's it, right? So in bivariate analysis we will do the same thing using two features, right? So here in bivariate function uh, we have to pass the data frame, we have to pass column 1 and column 2, basically the two features, right? And along with the target variable, right? So again in this uh, function I have assigned the subplot, and again in one subplot we have 3 columns, and figure size is again 20 cross 8, and we have defined the 3 plots: scatter plot, line plot, and volume plot. So let's see in the real example. We got error. Name bivariate is not defined because we didn't compile it yet. Yeah. So you can see how the data is spread on xy plane. So in x-axis we have a petal length, in y-axis we have a petal width, and data looks like this. So again we can analyze that Iris setosa is very separated, where Iris versicolor and Iris virginica is a little bit overlapped in terms of two-dimension bivariate analysis. Here we can also see the same things in line plot and the volume plot. Again, the I mean lowest value is around 1 point something or 0.6 for Iris. Iris setosa. The maximum is looks like around 1.5 and 0.4. So these are the points. How? So again, can we say that using the linear regression or logistic regression we can classify this Iris setosa? So clearly we can see that it's we can use some logistic regression kinds of things to classify the data set. Yes, but this is very good for in case of the petal length and petal width. Let's see about the sepal length and the sepal width. What's happened? Sepal length, sepal width, sepal width centimeters. Yes, so much overlapped here. If someone tell you that depend on sepal length and sepal width, can we predict the type of the species using the logistic regression? So obviously our answer is no, because too much overlapped. So even the logistic regression would not be a good uh, algorithm for classification problem of this Iris species, right? Here we can see again about there's a too much overlap between the Iris versicolor and Iris virginica, right? So this is the bivariate analysis. Let's see about the multivariate analysis. So because I'm going to pass only data frame along with the target variable, because it's a multivariate analysis. Multivariate analysis basically uh, analysis or the distribution of the points on multiple dimensions uh, of various features, right? So it's not limited to one feature or two features. We can use more than two features, like 3 features, 4 features, 5 features. So guys, what's happened, we have the more than 3 features. What's happened, we have if we have more than 5 features, 10 features. So how we will see the diagram, the graph, because 3D is possible for us. In fact, in our real life example we can see only 3D picture, not the 4D picture, right? So we can't think about the 10D, 100D, 200D dimensions, right? So what we do, what happen if we have more than 3 features, 4 features, more than even 1,000 features? So in this case we will do comparison of features to each other on two-dimensional space, right? Let's see the example. It will take 3-4 seconds for me. Yeah. So here you can see this is the sepal length, this is the sepal width, petal length and petal width. This is sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. So basically we will try to uh, do some bivariate analysis on sepal length and sepal width, sepal length and petal width, petal length, sepal length and petal width. So this is the comparison, how the features are uh, correlated to each other, right? And we'll try to find whether uh, they're having the positive correlation, negative correlation, or there's no correlation. How the data are distributed, right? What is the variance of the data, right? So such kinds of the analysis we can do using the multivariate analysis, right? So we have used the pair plot. I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce about the pair plot functions inside the Seaborn library. So we have a very good function given by the Seaborn. It's the pair plot. In pair plot, we need to pass the data frame, the data sets, and who is basically again the target variable. That's it, right? So it will basically plot all the continuous variable uh, uh, in the with the multiple pairs. It means if we have a 4 plot, so A, B, C, D, 4 features, sorry, if we have a 4 features, so it will plot around 16 diagram. A, that will, every feature will compare with other feature. For example, in this, sepal length will be compared with sepal length itself, then sepal width, then sepal petal length, then petal width, and we'll try to find and the pattern. We'll see how the data is spreaded and if there any correlation between them, right? So here the data looks like you can go ahead and see deeply inside the data points how the data is spreaded. Let's see about the correlation. So sepal length is very highly correlated with itself, obviously, right? So every variable is maximum correlated to itself, right? So you can see here in sepal with very highly correlated with sepal with itself, and petal in the same case with the petal length, and same case with the petal width, right? So a correlation, I mean the value of the correlation lies between -1 to +1, right? If the correlation value is 0, means it's not correlated, right? If the uh, correlation value is 1, it means very high correlation between two variables, right? If the correlation is negative -1, it means very high correlation, negative correlation between the variables, right? So what is the positive correlation, negative correlation, and no correlations? So basically, suppose you have a equation like y is equal to 2x plus 3 or y is equal to 4x square plus 5, anything, right? And where y is the dependent variable and x is the independent variable. So what's happened if you change the value of x, right? So if you just put the value of x in this equation, so how the value of y changed, right? So whether it's change in positive direction, it means if you have put some value of x and the value of y increased, right? It means there is a positive correlation between x and y. If we put some value of x and we get the negative value of y, it means there is a negative correlation between these two values or variables, right? If there is no effect, if you put some value of x, there is no changes in value of y, it means they are not correlated to each other. So basically we are trying to map the correlation between the variables here in correlation matrix, right? So again the code is given in my description box. You can go ahead and take the code from there. So again let's very quick through this correlation matrix. Sepal length is we can say the good correlations where, yeah, petal length is very highly correlated with petal length. I mean, petal length is very highly correlated with petal width, because the correlation is 0.96, and again petal width is very highly correlated with sepal length as well. The correlation is 0.82. Again, here we can see the negative correlation of sepal width and petal length, right? Around 42% negative correlation between them. So this is the practical implementation of univariate, bivariate and multivariate analysis. So guys, thanks for watching this video, and if you like, just do subscribe and like my channel. Thank you so much.